Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless. This is the quiz show where all the questions have been asked to 100 people before the show and all our contestants have to do is come up with the answers those 100 people couldn't think of. Let's meet today's players. Couple number one.
Hello, I'm Roger. This is my daughter, Katie. I live at Bookham outside Leatherhead and Kate lives outside Swindon.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Rob. This is my friend Geraint. We're both from near Stansted.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Morgan. This is my girlfriend Jamie and we're from Cardiff.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Andy. This is my dad David and we're both from Sheffield.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so there's just one more person for me to introduce. If he gave you a piece of his mind, you'd probably want to keep a bit of it in your garage. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everyone. Afternoon to you.
And to you.
So, last show, we introduced our slightly new Endgame,
We launched Endgame Mark III.
Yeah. What do you think? It seemed to go all right, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. We gave away the money, didn't we?
Certainly, yeah.
So,
it worked in that sense, yes.
So it certainly worked for Gillian and Sarah, didn't it?
Yeah.
They weren't complaining.
No.
There's only Jamie and Morgan back from that show, but they did very well, got all the way through to the head-to-head, so they're a very strong pair for our three new teams to take on. Should be a very, very good show.
Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show, and our contestants here need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Now, of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. As you'll have gathered, Gillian and Sarah won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off at £1,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this round, I'm going to take an answer from each of you, but there is, of course, no conferring. Whichever pair has the high score at the end of the round will be sent home. OK, our first category today is animation. It's animation. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns Disney characters. Disney characters. Richard.
Yeah, this is one of those questions where I want some of the kids at home to do better than their parents, OK? So pay attention. On each pass, we're going to show you 7 descriptions of characters from Disney animation films. You just have to tell us who that character is. We'll give you the year that the film was made in brackets as well. It's going to be 14 in order to have a go at, 14 to try and get at home. Very, very best of luck. Hope you beat your parents.
OK, so we're looking for the names of these Disney characters, and here is our first board of 7. Little Dragon Who Helps Mulan, 1998. The Elephant Who Could Fly Thanks to His Large Ears, 1941. Ariel's Pet Crab Who Almost Gets Cooked, 1989. Experiment 626 Lives in Hawaii, 2002. Little Grey Rabbit, Best Friend of Bambi, 1942. Evil Fairy Who Curses Briar Rose, 1959. And Villainess Who Wants to Make a Fur Coat Out of Pongo's Puppies, 1961. I'll read those all one final time. Little Dragon Who Helps Mulan, 1998. The Elephant Who Could Fly Thanks to Large Ears, 1941. Ariel's Pet Crab Who Almost Gets Cooked, 1989. Experiment 626 Lives in Hawaii, 2002. Little Grey Rabbit, Best Friend of Bambi, 1942. Evil Fairy Who Curses Briar Rose, 1959. And Villainess Who Wants to Make a Fur Coat Out of Pongo's Puppies, 1961. Now then, Roger and Katie, you all drew lots before the show, and today you're going to go first. Katie, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Now, you are from Swindon.
I am, yes.
What do you do in Swindon, Katie?
I live just outside Swindon and I'm a primary school teaching assistant.
How long have you done that for?
About 18 months.
Do they all know you're here?
No. I've been very quiet about it.
Very good. Do you think you can keep the secret? Well, I suppose if you win, you can let it out.
Well, yes. And if I lose, I will maintain silence.
OK, I won't say a word.
Between you and I.
OK. Now, what are your hobbies, Katie?
I quite like my photography, I quite like sport in the outdoors, and I like hanging out with my mates.
Good stuff. Now, Disney characters. How is a board? Do you think that's a good board?
This is a good board.
Good.
I think I can answer them all. I'm going to go for Experiment 626 in the middle. I'm going to go for Stitch.
Stitch.
Yeah.
Stitch. OK, let's see if Stitch is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Stitch. It's right. Very well done, Katie. 20. Good score to get us going there, Katie. Well done. 20 for Stitch.
Yes, well done, Katie, from Lilo and Stitch. Lilo being the Hawaiian girl and Stitch as an extraterrestrial fugitive.
Now, Rob, welcome to Pointless. What do you do, Rob?
I'm a freelance graphic designer. I mainly do rebranding for local companies. I've just done my brother's wedding invitations as well, which was...
You've rebranded him, that's
I've
good.
rebranded my
Good.
brother, yeah. And his fiancée, obviously.
Rob, what do you get up to when you're not doing that?
I do a lot of wood turning. I just got a lathe for my birthday, so I make a lot of...
Banisters.
Banisters, yeah.
Yes.
Candlesticks, anything wooden and round, I make those.
Wow, OK, now then, Disney characters.
Yeah, I had that in my head. That was my most obscure one.
Do you know all the other ones up there?
I don't. So I'm tossing up between Ariel's pet crab and the little grey rabbit, and I think I'm going to go for Sebastian the crab.
Sebastian the crab, says Rob. Let's see if Sebastian's right. Let's see how many people said it. He's right. Now, 20 is our only score at the moment. Go past that to 18. Very well done, Rob. 18 for Sebastian the crab.
Well played, Rob, from The Little Mermaid. Good start to the round, isn't it?
Yeah, very good start. Now, Jamie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us what happened with you last time.
We got to the head-to-head, but neither of us are great on sport, particularly jockeys.
Yes. OK, now how are you on Disney?
Love Disney.
Good.
Know most of them, can't quite remember the top one. And I was going to go for Stitch. So I think I'm going to go for the evil fairy who curses Briar Rose as Maleficent.
Maleficent. Maleficent, says Jamie. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It is right. Oh, a new low score. Look at that, 5. Very well done indeed, Jamie. It's a great answer, 5.
Yeah, from Sleeping Beauty, she came #1 in a poll to find Disney's top villain, Maleficent. Angelina Jolie is going to play her in the live-action film.
Now then, Andy, welcome to Pointless. What do you do, Andy?
I'm a student studying history down at the University of West England in Bristol.
Right, you are. And what do you like getting up to in your spare time?
Well, I'm an avid football fan, so support Sheffield Wednesday.
OK, very good. Now, you're the last person to have this board, Andy. Do you feel like filling in any of the blanks for us?
I can't name the dragon. Dumbo, I think, is the elephant who could fly. Thumper, I believe, is the little grey rabbit. And the villainess, I think, is Cruella de Vil. So I think I'll go with Cruella de Vil for the villainess who wants to make a fur coat.
OK, Cruella de Vil, says Andy. Let's see if Cruella de Vil's right. Let's see how many people said Cruella de Vil. He's right. Ooh, 55. That's a high score. 55 for Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, but a brilliant round. And actually, Andy, you knew 3 of them and you chose the best score of the 3 you could have done as well. So I think you did about as well as you could have done without knowing the dragon. Because Bambi, as you say, the little grey rabbit was Thumper. That would have scored you more points. It would have scored you 65. The elephant was Dumbo. That would have scored you 82. Now, the best answer on the board is the little dragon. Anybody here know it? Katie, you know it?
Do you know, I had it and it's gone. I can't.
It's Mushu. Mushu is the answer. Would have scored 3 points. Very, very well done to anybody who got that at home, of whatever age.
Thanks very much. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 5, the best score of that past Jamie. Very, very well done. Jamie and Morgan looking pretty good on the back of that. 18 is where we find Rob and Geraint. Then up to 20, Katie and Roger. And then up to 55, Andy and David. Now, David, you're going to get first pick of the next board. Try and find a nice low-scoring answer on that. We'll have to hope that's enough to keep you in the game. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more descriptions on the board, and here they come. We have got Warthog with a wind problem, friends with Simba, 1994. Rat who loves to cook with his friend Alfredo Linguini, 2007. Large bear who lives in the jungle and looks after Mowgli, 1967. TV-obsessed hamster who follows Bolt and his ball, 2008. One of the 7 dwarves who's usually in a bad mood, 1937. Cocker spaniel belonging to Jim Deere and Darling, 1955. And has a tea party with Alice, the Mad Hatter, March Hare and White Rabbit, 1951. I'll read those one final time. Warthog with a wind problem, friends with Simba, 1994. Rat who loves to cook with his friend Alfredo Linguini, 2007. Large bear who lives in the jungle and looks after Mowgli, 1967. TV-obsessed hamster who follows Bolt in his ball, 2008. One of the seven dwarfs who's usually in a bad mood, 1937. Cocker spaniel belonging to Jim Deere and Darling, 1955. And has a tea party with Alice the Mad Hatter, March Hare and White Rabbit, 1951. Now then, David, we are looking for the names of these Disney characters. And you're going to have to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, David, from Sheffield. What do you do, David?
I'm retired.
You're retired. What did you do, David?
I was a vicar for a long time, and before that, I was a teacher for a good number of years.
So when did you retire?
18 months ago.
And how are you enjoying retirement?
Very much. Very much.
Oh, you get your Saturdays back now.
Well, Saturdays, weekends, evenings, all these things I didn't know existed before.
Yeah, fantastic. So what do you do with your time now?
Well, various things. I like to play tennis. I'm interested in local history. I was a games maker at the Olympics, so I can do some things I couldn't do otherwise.
Very good. Where were you doing that?
I was in the Olympic Park on the transport team.
Very exciting. Good stuff. Now then, David, what we need from you is as low a score as you can possibly find. How does the board look to you?
I didn't really like the category, to have to be honest about it, but I think I've got one on this that I can have a go at. So I'm going to go for the large bear, and I'm going to say Baloo.
Baloo, says David. Baloo. There's no red line for you because you're the high scorers, but let's see how far down the column Baloo can get you. He's right. It's a high score, I'm afraid, though. 66 takes your total up to 121.
Yeah, from the Jungle Book, of course. It's a big score, isn't it? The last film to be produced by Walt Disney as well. He died during production of the Jungle Book.
Morgan. Welcome back to the show. Good to have you here. Now, remind us what you do, Morgan.
I'm a securitisation assistant.
That's right. For a bank.
For a big bank, yeah.
Right, you are. And as we discovered last time, you're a keen rugby player.
I am indeed.
What else can you tell us about yourself?
I like to go and watch the rugby, obviously, with Jamie, whose dad actually used to play for Wales.
Really? Oh, Jamie, that was a smouldering look. When did he play?
He used to play for Wales and Cardiff back in the 80s.
Very good. Morgan, what are you going to go for?
I think I can get all the answers on that board.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are already through, because the high scorers, David and Andy, are out of everyone's reach.
I think I'm going to take a punt then on the TV-obsessed hamster who follows Bolt around, and that is Rhino.
Rhino. Rhino, says Morgan. No red line for you, you're already through, but let's see how many of our 100 said Rhino. Very well done, Morgan. 2. 2 for Rhino. Takes your total up to 7.
Great answer. Now, Jamie and Morgan, you were terrific last show, and you're setting a very, very fast pace again. Very well played.
Now then, Geraint, welcome. Welcome to Pointless. Now, what do you do, Geraint?
I am an environmental monitoring technician for an aggregate company.
What does that, what does that mean?
So, in short, I just go around and take samples and test the water and things from like quarries and landfills and things like that.
Wow, just to make sure there's nothing toxic draining into the water table. What's the worst thing you've found? Oh, do I want to know the answer to that? I'm not really sure.
No, I've never found anything bad, really.
Excellent. Anyway, so, Geraint, you're through to the next round. This is great news. But do you think you might be good at this board? Have you got any good answers?
I know a few from there. I'm going to go with the top one, and the warthog called Pumbaa.
Pumbaa. OK, let's see if that's right. No red line for you. You're also already through. But let's see how many people said Pumbaa. Absolutely right. 28. 28 takes your total up to 46.
Well played from The Lion King, of course. He's the first Disney character to...
break wind.
Yeah.
Roger. Roger, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. What do you do, Roger?
These days, I'm very happily retired.
And what have you happily retired from, Roger?
I used to work for a very large IT company, a big pan-European IT company.
And what do you do with your time now, Roger?
It's pretty full. I do a lot of photography, I chair a camera club, I work as a volunteer with the National Trust, and I've gone back to school and I'm learning French.
Have you? How's that going?
It's still in term 1, and it's getting better all the time.
I'm determined to learn French again. Anyway, now then, Roger, this board is all yours. Take us through it. Fill it in.
The rat is Ratatouille. The seven dwarf is Grumpy. The Cocker Spaniel I know, but I can't remember. And the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, I can't remember who the last person around that table was. So I'll go with Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, says Roger. Let's see if Ratatouille is right again. No red line for you. You're already through, but let's see how many people said Ratatouille. Oh, name of the film. Oh, see, Katie's telling you what was wrong with that answer. An incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 120. You are just one behind our high scorers, David and Andy.
Oops.
Yep, absolutely. It's the name of the film, Ratatouille. Katie, do you know the name of the character?
I don't know the name of the character, actually. I don't know.
And yet you're having a go at your dad.
Yes.
Well,
that's how it works in our family.
Just seems a bit rich, Roger, to me, that. But there it is. You saw us safely through to the next round. It's Remy. Is the name of the rat. Would have scored you 3 points. You're right about Grumpy, but that's a big scorer. I didn't score 100, but it scored 82. The Cocker Spaniel. Anyone know that?
is that Lady?
Lady. Yeah, absolutely. Would have scored 23. And the character missing from that list at the tea party.
It's the Dormouse?
The Dormouse. Yeah. And that would have scored 18. So the best answer on that board, Morgan, is Rhino. Very well done.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, I'm afraid the losing pair heading away with their score of 121, it's David and Andy. Well, nothing wrong with your answers. They were just two very high scores. That was the trouble. I'm sorry we have to send you away so soon, but we'll see you again next time. Look forward to that very much indeed. David and Andy, thanks so much for playing.
Thank you.
But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. And so we're only down to three pairs now, and obviously one other pair will be leaving us at the end of this round. Jamie and Morgan, once again, setting out your stall. Brilliant low scoring there. Very, very well done to you. Roger, phew.
1 point.
You were very, very lucky there. He was a bit slack, I thought, Katie, didn't you think?
Must try harder.
Yeah, I think he could. I think he could. Geraint, Rob, nothing at all wrong with your round there. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two is UK history. UK history. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Conservative Prime Ministers as they could. Conservative Prime Ministers, Richard.
We're looking for the name of any Conservative or Tory UK Prime Minister from 1800 all the way through to the present day, please. So anyone who's been a Conservative or Tory Prime Minister, very best of luck.
OK, Katie. How's your political history, Katie?
Yeah. When we were asked what our weak spots were, politics was mine.
Okay.
I know lots of prime ministers, I just don't know which party they were from.
Oh, it's a good point, yes. Were they Whig or were they Tory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I read a list yesterday and didn't pay any attention to which party they were from. There's an answer in my head and I'm just not confident that it's accurate, so I'm not going to go with it. I'm going to say Ted Heath.
Ted Heath. Is that your safe answer?
No, that's not my safe answer, but it's an answer.
It's an answer. Ted Heath. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Ted Heath. It's right. 44. 44 for Ted Heath.
Yeah, Prime Minister from 1970 to 1974. Took us into the EEC as it was then.
Geraint. Geraint, how are you feeling about this?
It's not my strongest suite, to be honest, but we'll give it a go. Again, I'm going to have to go for a safe one, I think. I'll say John Major.
John Major. OK, let's see if John Major's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John Major. It's right. 64. 64 for John Major.
Yeah, 90 to 97, John Major. They are playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people at home are so brilliant on history and things like this. It's sort of category they love because there's plenty of obscure answers out there.
Well, those people are going to be happy now because Morgan is stepping up to the mark. Morgan.
It's not my favourite subject, to be honest.
Oh, really?
No, not really. I did have a look at some British Prime Ministers, but not at all whether they were Conservative or Labour. So I'm going to have to take a punt at someone I knew was Prime Minister, but not a clue whether he's Conservative or not. And William Gladstone.
William Gladstone, says Morgan. William Gladstone, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. Bad luck, Morgan. An incorrect answer, I'm afraid, scores you the maximum of 100 points. Richard.
Sorry, Morgan, he was a Prime Minister, but a Liberal, I'm afraid. But at least fair play to you for taking a risk, taking a punt.
Thanks very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 44, as it turns out, the best score of that past Katie. Well done. Katie and Roger looking pretty strong contenders for our head-to-head. Then up to Geraint and Rob on 64, then up to Morgan and Jamie on 100. Now, Jamie, you've done brilliantly to date. This is the first time you've had a mountain like this to climb, but I think if anyone can get over it, it's you. So we need a good answer from you in the next pass. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, Jamie, we are looking for Conservative Prime Ministers. You're on 100. We need a low score from you.
I have absolutely no idea. Again, I don't even know if this is his full name, whether he's Conservative, no idea. I suppose there's no point going for the only one I know. So I'll say David Lloyd George.
David Lloyd George, says Jamie. David Lloyd George. No red line for you. You are the high scorers. But let's see how many people said David Lloyd George. Is it right? Oh, bad luck, Jamie. I'm afraid another incorrect answer scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Sorry, Jamie, another Liberal as well. So your Liberal coalition has scored 200.
Now then, Rob. Some good news, you're through.
Very good news.
You won't be overtaking the high score of Jamie and Morgan. We do want an answer from you, though.
Okay. Well, my A-level politics teacher is probably shouting at me right now because I can't remember any of them. Fortunate, but I'm going to take a punt, hopefully, at Enoch Powell.
Enoch Powell. Gets a groan from the audience. No red line for you. You're already through. But let's see. Enoch Powell, Tory Prime Minister. No. What did you get in your A-level politics, Rob?
I got an E, I think it was.
Definitely wasn't 100, was it?
No.
OK. Well, bad luck. I'm afraid an incorrect answer. Enoch Powell, not a Tory Prime Minister, as it turns out. It scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 164.
They must have changed A-level politics since my day. They must have done. He was a Tory, though, Enoch Powell, so at least you've got that. Became an Ulster Unionist in his later career, but started as a Tory.
Now then, Roger. Roger, you're through.
I'm feeling quite comfortable.
You're in the head-to-head, so which means you can have a bit of a punt. The lowest score so far has been 44. I have every hope that you'll be able to slash that.
If I was going for a relatively modern one, I would go Alec Douglas Hume, but I think I'll dive back into the 19th century and go Earl of Liverpool.
Earl of Liverpool, says Roger. Earl of Liverpool. No red line, you're already through. Let's see how many people said the Earl of Liverpool. He's right. Scores 1. Very nearly pointless. Still an excellent answer. Takes your total up to 45. Well done, Roger.
Yeah, well played, Roger. Yeah, he's the second longest serving Prime Minister of all, 1812 to 1827, the Earl of Liverpool. I'll give you a few answers because we haven't heard very many. Alec Douglas Hume would have scored you 13 points, so it would have been a perfectly good answer. Anthony Eden would have scored 9, Disraeli would have scored 7, Neville Chamberlain and Stanley Baldwin both would have scored you 4 points. You'd have got 3 for William Pitt the Younger, Robert Peel and Henry Addington would have scored you 2. Arthur Balfour, Duke of Wellington, Earl of Liverpool would have scored you 1. But let's take a look at the pointless ones. There's not too many of them. 2 contemporaries first, Earl of Aberdeen and Earl of Derby, both would have been pointless. George Canning, 1827, he became Prime Minister. Spencer Perceval, we often talk about him because he was assassinated. It's always a good pub quiz question. And Viscount Godrich, who only lasted 4 months. He was a pointless answer. Let's take a look at the ones that most of our 100 people said. Churchill, funnily enough, not in the top 3. Churchill was 5th. Would have scored you 43 points, even less than Ted Heath. But 3rd, John Major, 64. David Cameron, 74. And Margaret Thatcher scores 88 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, Jamie and Morgan. Oh, I can't believe it. You've been snagged. You've been snagged. This is very much against the grain. You played so well in every round of Pointless you've played until now. I'm afraid we have to say goodbye to you. Really sorry to have to say goodbye so soon, but you've been brilliant contestants. Thank you so much for playing. Jamie and Morgan, everyone. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for our head-to-head. Congratulations, Roger and Katie, Geraint and Rob. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. Now, we have to decide who's going to play for that jackpot, and to do that, you're now going to go head-to-head. The difference is, of course, you're now allowed to confer. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that money. Now then, Roger and Katie, very, very well done. Nice, consistent low scoring from you. You've seen off our brilliant low scoring pair from the first round, though. Very, very good. Earl of Liverpool, particularly good answer.
I had to make up for my 100 in round 1.
I guess you did, yes. Rob, you have to make up for your 100 for Enoch Powell.
At least I had the right party. It was a...
Yeah, the right party.
Really
He's not Prime Minister, though. Anyway, there we are. Best of luck. Geraint can keep you on the straight and narrow now. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns 5-letter animals. 5-letter animals, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of animals that are known by 5-letter names. Can you pick the most obscure? I don't mean like a cat called Mitzi.
OK, let's reveal our 5 animals, and here they are. We have got A, B, C, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. D, and E. E. There we are. Roger and Katie, you played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
I have no idea what A or C are.
So we're going to go with otter D, yes?
Do you reckon that's less? Do you think that's less well known than B?
I mean, which would you prefer?
I don't know. Which is less recognisable? I think B is probably less recognisable.
Is it dingo or hyena?
Yeah. We have no idea what A or C are. We know the other 3. We're just trying to work out which the 100 people are going to know less of. And Dad thinks we should go with...
I know what C is.
Oh, hang on. Dad knows what C is. Oh, let's go with that.
You will get that?
Yeah.
We'll go C, stoat.
C, stoat. C, stoat. Now then, Geraint and Rob, talk us through the rest of the board.
Well, I don't think we've got a clue what A is either, to be honest. I think B's a hyena.
I think we might have just made A up.
Yeah. There's some sort of horse.
It's a hybrid, some kind of
dropped a hippo
something's
on
head
a
on
zebra.
something's body.
Yeah, I think B's a hyena, D is an otter, and E's obviously a tiger.
I think A might be a bongo or a banjo, but we
I
don't
think
know.
that's
That
instruments.
sounds like something I've made up.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go with that.
Hang on, you genuinely think it is? It's called something like a... I'm not going to take it as your answer.
This is the problem, and also I've not got the track record, so we're not going with
You
it.
think it, but no, I know. But you're thinking it might be called something like
a bongo or a banjo.
bongo or a banjo.
Some kind of
musical instrument. Okay, fine.
What do you reckon we go for then? B? Because people might confuse it with jackal.
But otter people might confuse it. I don't know.
I think D and E are too easy. I'd say B then.
Okay, we'll go B.
Hyena?
On your head, B. Yeah, hyena.
B.
We'll go B, hyena.
B, hyena. So we have stoat versus hyena. Roger and Katie said stoat. Let's see if stoat's right. How many people said it? It's right. 37 for stoat. Geraint and Rob have gone for hyena. Let's see if B is indeed a hyena. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. 70 for hyena. Very well done, Roger and Katie. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Well played, Roger and Katie. That's Stoat's amazeballs. Now, A, there is an antelope called a bongo. with stripes. This isn't it, but it wouldn't have been a terrible answer. That's the okapi. Very well done if you said that. Would have scored 19 points. D is the otter, looking very cute. 65 points. Now, what do you think the tiger scored, E? What do you reckon he got?
97.
Well, I have to say congratulations to all tigers out there. You just scored 100.
Very good. That
He
is,
looks moody, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah. They always do. They always look a bit cross.
The tigers?
Yeah. We said, to the hyena.
Yeah, but it's cute.
It is quite cute. You wouldn't normally think of them as quite cute. OK, thank you very much indeed. Now then, Geraint and Rob, here comes your second question. This is the one you have to win to stay in the game. It concerns Prince Charles. Prince Charles, Richard.
I'm going to show you 5 clues now to facts about Prince Charles. Can you give us the most obscure answer? Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 clues to facts about Prince Charles, and they are as follows. Invested as Prince of Wales at this castle, name of his model village in Dorset, his Gloucestershire private residence, the woman he married in 2005, and the title of his 1980 children's book. I'll read those one final time. Invested as a Prince of Wales at this castle, name of his model village in Dorset, his Gloucestershire private residence, the woman he married in 2005, and the title of his 1980 children's book. Geraint and Rob, you go first.
Okay, we'll go invested as Prince of Wales at this castle. We'll go for Carnarvon Castle.
Carnarvon Castle, say Geraint and Rob. Carnarvon Castle. Roger and Katie. Talk us through the board, if you can.
I can't remember the model village in Dorset. It's Pound something. Pound Church. Highgrove is his private residence. Camilla Parker Bowles, he married in 2005. And I don't know the children's book.
Mum would.
My mother would. Your mother would.
Let's go Highgrove.
We'll go with Highgrove.
Highgrove, say Roger and Katie. So we have Carnarvon Castle versus Highgrove. So, Geraint and Rob, you've gone for Carnarvon Castle. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Carnarvon Castle. Absolutely right. 36. 36. Roger and Katie have gone for Highgrove, the name of his Gloucestershire residence. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Highgrove. He's right. Is it going to beat Carnarvon? Yes, it is. Very well done indeed. You've done it. 19. 19 bits, 36, which means Roger and Katie, after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0. Very well done.
Well played, Roger and Katie. Bought Highgrove in 1980 from Maurice Macmillan, who was the son of Harold Macmillan, who was a Conservative Prime Minister. It all fits together in the end.
Beautiful.
You were very close to getting the best answer up there, actually. The model village he has in Dorset. That's like, not a model village, it's like a tiny little one.
Yeah, no, it's proper, full size.
Yeah, exactly. It's Poundbury. Poundbury. And that would have scored 6 points. The woman he married was Camilla Parker Bowles. That's a big scorer, though, 79. And the title of his 1980 children's book, he read it himself on Jackanory in 1984, and it was The Old Man of Loch Nagar. Very well done if you said that. 8 points.
Thank you very much indeed. So, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Geraint and Rob. Oh, you was robbed there. 2 brilliant... two perfectly good answers. I'm afraid those Stoat and Highgrove just got in under your score, I'm afraid. So we have to say goodbye to you now, but we'll see you again next time. Look forward to that very much indeed. Geraint and Rob, thanks so much for playing. But for Roger and Katie, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Roger and Katie. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, which at the end of today's show stands at £1,000. Well, you've done very well indeed, very well. Here you are, newcomers to the game. Roger, you had a bit of a shocker in the first round with Ratatouille, but then you clawed it all back with the Earl of Liverpool in the second round.
It was, the 100 was a bit of a shock. But my wife will be delighted that I remembered the name of her favourite Prime Minister from the 19th century.
Oh, it's her favourite?
That's the one that she always comes up with.
Everyone's got a favourite.
If there's one thing I know about relationships, you've got to know your wife's favourite Prime Minister from the 19th century. They go nuts, don't they, if you forget?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, as you'll have gathered, we've made a little change to the endgame. This is our second show with this new endgame. But as always, you need to choose a category before we can go anywhere. And your choices are these. You have 4 choices. British girl bands, film directors, world geography, contemporary artists.
That's a no-brainer.
World geography?
World geography.
World geography it is, please.
Yeah.
OK, well, we're going to go for world geography. Richard.
Yeah, in our new end game, we're going to give you 3 different options you can take within this category. You still have 60 seconds. You still have to give us 3 answers. Still have to get a point this one. Here are your 3 options. African countries which share a border with the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Non-European members of the G20. Or capital cities of NATO member countries. So we may have changed the endgame a little bit, but one thing stays the same. By country, I mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right. So all world geography questions, you can take 1 from each category, you can take 3 from one, however you want to do it. You've got 60 seconds, as always. Very, very best of luck.
OK, so as always, you've got a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is to find 1 pointless answer. Now remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these 3. Either African countries which share a border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, non-European members of the G20, or capital cities of NATO member countries. Are you ready, Roger and Katie?
As we'll ever be.
We're ready.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, non-European members of Canada, America, Brazil, Argentina, Japan, South Korea,
Africa?
and China. African countries, Zaire, Angola. I don't know if the dreaded Central African Republic fits in
No,
there.
I don't think that's NATO.
Capital cities of NATO members. I think we'll go non-European members of the G20.
You just go for it, Dad. You're on a roll.
I'll go Argentina, Brazil.
I think they might be quite obvious.
Well, then let me just take. I'll take. I know Argentina definitely, and I'll take a couple of countries around Central Africa, around the Congo.
What did you just say, Zaire?
Zaire.
10 seconds left.
And
What was the other one?
Angola.
Angola. Go with Angola.
Okay.
Go with those 2, and then one of the South American ones from the European members.
Done.
OK, just as you say, done, your time is up. So I now need your 3 answers.
We'll go Angola,
Angola,
Zaire,
Angola and Zaire, these both from the African countries sharing a border with the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
and Argentina.
And Argentina, which is a non-European member of the G20. OK. Of those 3, which do you think is your best crack at a pointless answer?
Zaire.
Zaire, we'll put last. Which is your least likely?
Argentina.
OK, let's pop those up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got Argentina, Angola, Zaire. Well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Argentina. Obviously, this was in the category of non-European members of the G20. Now, this you thought was your least likely to be pointless. Remember, only one of these answers has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot of £1,000. So let's find out. Argentina, is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? It is right. You were pretty confident this was right. Just a question of how far down the column it goes. Well, Argentina now taking us through the 20s, into the teens, almost into single figures. Yes, they are single figures. 5! 5 for Argentina. That's a great score. You'd always be happy with 5 in pointless, except in the last round, where we are only interested in pointless answers. What would you do with your share of £1,000, Roger?
I think my wife would have some very good ideas how she would spend £500. Hopefully, it would also involve me.
Katie?
My children are desperate to visit London, so that would do a whole weekend with a hotel and the London Eye and the theatre and the whole shebang. Yeah.
Lovely. OK, well, very, very best of luck. 2 perfectly good answers left on the board. Let's hope at least one of them is pointless. Your second answer was Angola. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see if it's pointless. Does Angola border the Democratic Republic of the Congo? OK, well, it's also correct. Argentina was a right answer, took us all the way down to 5. Angola now taking us down through the teens into single figures. Down it goes, still going down. 3. Three for Angola.
Going in the right direction.
It's all going in the right direction. So, your final answer was Zaire. This was the answer you thought was probably most likely to be pointless. It has to be if you're going to win that jackpot of £1,000. Let's find out. Zaire, is it right? Is it pointless? Does Zaire border the Democratic Republic of the Congo? Oh no! Oh, bad luck.
No way.
Bad luck. Unfortunately, I'm afraid you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which means I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,000, and that'll roll over onto the next show. But we've really loved having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. And you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy each, so very, very well done indeed.
Thank you, it's been wonderful.
Richard.
Yeah, Zaire no longer exists. We were looking for countries that border Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Zaire is the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I'm afraid.
Oh, well.
No, that's unlucky. There's only... you mentioned Central African Republic would have scored you 2 points. That does border it as well. Other low scorers, Tanzania would have scored 2 as well. But there's 1 pointless answer for that particular category, the African one, which is Burundi. So well done if you said that at home. Let's move on to the non-European members of the G20. Now, you went through almost every single one of them when you were going through your 60 seconds, but you missed the 1 pointless answer, which was Indonesia.
I was gonna say.
Indonesia. And the most pointless answers were from our last category. You didn't give us any answers on that one, but it's the capital cities of NATO member countries, Bucharest, which is Romania, Luxembourg, which is Luxembourg, Prague, the Czech Republic, and Riga, which is Latvia. You could have also have had Bratislava, which is Slovakia. You could have had Ljubljana, which is Slovenia. You could have had Tirana, Albania, Vilnius of Lithuania, and Zagreb, Croatia as well. All of those pointless. Well done if you got any pointless answers on any of those categories at home.
Oh, and you might have said Indonesia.
I was going to... I default to Dad. Dad knows everything, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. And I knew most of those names.
Yeah, you really did go through most of them. Saudi Arabia was a very low scorer.
60 seconds is a
Yeah.
remarkably
Very short time. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Roger and Katie, but it's been wonderful having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Roger and Katie. Well, sadly, Roger and Katie didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £2,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.